Hey guys, what a day yesterday on Enzolytics. Oh my God. Um, and you know, if you scale out to a 9-month time range, it's also what an amazing time to enter. Notice how on the slow stochastic, when we look at momentum, we went up into overbought, right? And we all remember that little rise right there. And then we came down and we have clearly touched, right, oversold on the slow stochastic and are curving up and crossing that moving average. That moving average is that orange line right there. And then look over here at the ADWM, which I always talk about. That's the buy sell signal, right? And that buy sell signal is just about to break the moving average, which is when we know that it's time to buy. Now, obviously, there's a lot of gains that have been made already. So if you haven't gotten it yet, now's a pretty good time to be jumping in. I mean, the MACD is staying above the signal line, which is great. I want to jump into a shorter time frame just to look at something when we talk about, look at that ADWM about to make a buy signal. The momentum on the slow stochastic doing just what we want to do. This right here, let's talk about trend. That 200 has been coming up. The 50 has come down, and they are just snaking around each other. If you remember a few days ago, I made a video about a death cross. Some friends were nervous. What does that mean? What is it? It's when that 50 moving average goes below the 200. So the 200 will be on top. But because price has continued moving up, it just hasn't been able to do it. So it's just snaking around each other. So we could come out of this in a very good way with a golden cross. I keep saying this again. This is what looks to be a double bottom. Let's scale back out to the 9-month. You'll see what I'm talking about here, right? So we come down, we go up, come down, and we're going to go up. And people tend to say that the amount you go up will be equal to this amount on top of that. So again, that's how we come up with our 45 to 51 price range. Hopefully it's right, because I'd love to see that for the short term. MACD looking good. Let's jump into something much closer. Look at that ADWM just solidly in the buy. There was only one moment there where we dipped into a sell signal. And if you're ever curious if that's the case, one way to do it is compare that with the slow stochastic. You can see there that you're making higher lows. If you're making higher lows, I wouldn't jump into a sell, not at all. You can also change the signal in the ADWM. If if you're definitely more long term, do something like a 20. That'll probably get just about, change it to a 50. Anyway, you can tweak this to figure out what there you go. See, you got your 50, clearly. Now you're not going to exit, be the first to exit, obviously, because you don't want to be, but you do need to learn to take profits. So, just keep that in mind. Let's not slow down here. I want to look at that volume. The on balance volume is just rising and rising and rising. Y'all, this looks good. There was this was my only concern. It's just that we've entered into overbought on the 1 day. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had a dip, just so that it won't go into overbought forever and ever and ever. So it's going to need to probably correct that a little bit, but it wouldn't be anything serious. Just like this was overbought, and then it went down, dipped a little bit, and then came up. So overall, great day. Hope you all were there for the ride. Enzolytics, onward and upward.